With women, man is conceived, to a woman, he is engaged and married, woman becomes his friend, through woman the future generations come. So why God call her bad, as from her kings are born? I am quoting from Gurbani, Guru Granth Sahib, सो क्यों मंदा आखिए जित जन्मे राजान। इसका मीनिंग ये है कि महिला को, लेडी को बुरा नहीं बोल सकते। Why to call her bad? जिसकी कोख से जो राजा बने हैं उन्होंने भी जन्म लिया। Now, Prophet Muhammad tried to make shift from the ancient barbaric society to a more well-organized society. Quran Sharif is also a progress over the then barbaric laws. And now we are desirous of treading upon further progress. The Constitution of India, Article 15, prohibits discrimination on the ground of sex. Article 39, बच्चों please note down on your mobile or whatever you are having to write. It's very knowledgeable for you, so please write. Article 15 of Constitution of India prohibits discrimination on the ground of sex. Those who are not having Constitution in their syllabus, they will study in their later semester. So our entire practice, those who want to become an advocate, want to come in litigation, for them this is very important. Article 39A lays down the directive principles that the citizen, men and women equally have a right to an adequate means of livelihood. Article 39D says that there should be equal pay for equal work for men and women. Article 42 makes a provision for just humane conditions of work and maternity reliefs. Now I intend to focus on two aspects of civil law, which just now Mr. Rupra was telling about the civil law to you. I'll give you details of these two laws. Number one, Hindu Women's Upliftment due to amendment in 2005. In Hindu Succession Act. Hindu Succession Act was amended in 2005. In the amendment, what has been brought for the upliftment of women, that is very relevant. And second is improvement of Muslim women due to improvement of laws relating to maintenance and triple talaq. There are two main schools of Hindu law. Please note, one is Mitaksha law and second is Dayabhag law. Mitaksha law applies to whole India except Bengal and Assam. Okay? Entire India, Mitaksha law except Assam and Bengal. Under this law, as is existed up to 2005, before coming into the amendment of 2005, the son acquires by birth an interest in the ancestral property. Do you understand what does it mean, an ancestral property? There are two types of property. One is self-acquired, मैंने बनाई, मैंने खरीदी from my money. And second is ancestral property. Ancestral property means जो हमारे फादर ने बनाई हो, दादाजी ने बनाई हो, ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर ने बनाई हो. Ancestral property under the Mitaksha law thus devolves on the death of a co-partner by survivorship. Mitaksha law recognizes two kinds of devolution of property, which are: number one, devolution by succession is applicable to joint family property. 2. Devolution by survivorship is applicable to property held in severalty by the last owner. The Daya Bhag law applies to the community like Bengalis and Assamese, means within the West Bengal and Assam and the other part of the world. According to this law, the son doesn't acquire any right by birth in ancestral property. Little change. The son's right arises for the first time on father's death. Till his father alive, he doesn't have any right. All properties thus devolve by inheritance and not by survivorship. Under this school of law, the co-partnership is formed only on death of the father. Females can also be co-partners. Daya Bhag law thus recognizes only devolution by succession, and unlike Mitaksha school, it does not recognize the devolution by survivorship. A joint Hindu family, according to Mitaksha law, consists of male members of family with his son, grandson, great-grandson. Man himself, his son, grandson and great-grandson. They collectively constitute a co-partnership of a Hindu family. Okay, no daughters, no widows, nothing. They are different from members who are not co-partners. This was under the old act. Now, what had happened after 2005 amendment in Succession Act? I am telling, after 2005 amendment, a joint Hindu family can consist of male as well as female members, since family members have also acquired the status of co-partner. Thus now members of Hindu joint family consist of the common ancestral of all his lineal descendants up to any generation, including wife, widow, daughters. Meaning thereby, in 2005 amendment, the legislature has brought the daughter, widow, wife also to be entitled in the family. By way of 2005 amendment, the most important change has been made in section 6 of the Succession Act, which secures a right to a daughter to become a co-partner in her own right as the same manner as the son, and to have the same rights in co-partnership property as she would have had if she had been a son. Okay, clear? And above, be subject to the same liability in respect of the said co-partnership property as that of a son. Prior to that, interest of a male Hindu on his death devolved by survivorship upon the surviving members of co-partnership and not in accordance with this act. Now, we have to understand what is the meaning of interest. Interest means share in the property that would have been allotted to a son or daughter if a partition of the property had taken place immediately before the death of the father. Previously, section 24 of Hindu Succession Act, it mentions that widow shall not be entitled to succeed if she has remarried. This section is repealed. Do you understand why repeal? Alag kar diya. Okay. Now further, Nati means daughter's son. Okay. Being a son of predeceased daughter is included in a first category. Now Hindu Succession Act describes various type of category. First category of successors, second category of successor. The Nati has been brought in first category of successors. Now to carry things forward, the Supreme Court in a recent case of Vinita Sharma versus Rakesh Sharma. This judgment is reported in 2020, volume 9, Supreme Court cases, page number 1. The apex court has held various things which are very important, bachcho. One, daughter born before the date of enforcement of 2005 Amendment Act, which came into force on 9/9/2005, has the same right as daughter born on or after the amendment. If daughter is alive on the date of enforcement of Amendment 2005, she becomes a co-partner on that very day. Second, it is not necessary that father of the daughter should be alive on the date of enforcement of Amendment Act. Third, survivorship on a mode of succession of property of Mitakshara co-partner has been abrogated with effect from 9/9/2005. Fourth, daughter is a co-partner of her own right in the same manner as the son. Fifth, the right to claim partition is a significant basic feature of co-partnery, and a co-partner is one who can claim partition. A co-partner enjoys the right to seek severance of status. Sixth is, rights of daughters are enlarged, but the rights of others are not adversely affected. His son is not at all affected. In this view of the matter, then Supreme Court has also confirmed this. My advice here, no parent is there, but you will become a parent subsequently. My advice is to be generous to the daughter. You might be come across with those people who are going to settle the marriage of their daughters. So give the daughters equal right as you are giving to your son. Now this is the law also, but it is not being, people are very interested in dowry. So dowry should not be given to the daughter. Daughter should be given equal right, equal share in the property. Now I will come to Muslim law.